Another day in the shed. Going to continue on the long arms, and yeah, I'll chuck you on the stand, put you on time lapse, and you can watch me weld and grind me life away at this point. Alright, let's give her a go. See how she goes for the suspension cycle. Alright, that's a full bump with the long arm. Oh no, looks like we're hitting here, and we're still an inch 20 mil off. We're 20 mil off the bump stop, and we're hitting that outrigger bracket. It's alright, I can notch that on the angle. We should be clear of that one. We are all the way out. I thought that would be the case. These arms are substantially thicker than the original arms, and I had suspicions. But that's what you come to expect when you're fitting suspensions not meant to be under a vehicle. Under this vehicle anyway. It may look like I'm lying in the dirt, not really enjoying myself. You would be correct in thinking that. I think of the long-term goal and the places I want to take this car, the thousands of kilometres of dirt roads around this country that I want to explore, and all this seems to make this more worth it. Anytime you're cutting off suspension parts and welding on new stuff, you want to measure so many more times than you need to. You want to make sure everything is as square as what it needs to be. With non-adjustable arms, you got to make sure you're spot on day dot, or else it just makes it a lot harder down the track. But everything you put on your car, you've got to work out the fors and against. I understand the difficulty of getting solid arms lined up. If you decide to put adjustable arms, awesome, makes life so much easier. But that's also another failure point. That's everything you put on your vehicle, you need to do the fors and against. Now, the reason I picked Bud's custom long arms over a lot of the other long arms on the market is, one, they're longer. That doesn't really make 2 5/8 of a difference, really. It does help. It transfers the load further back in the chassis and dissipates the impacts from hard hits along a larger area on the chassis. It does certainly do that. But the other reason is the overall strength and design of them. They are massively over-engineered units for the amount of weight I'm putting on them. On a Patrol, yes, understandable. But on a Land Rover, it's a lot lighter. This is a bit of redundancy I wanted, just to make sure that nothing happens when you're out in the bush. Not saying that nothing will ever happen, because anything can break at any time. Well, Bud's Custom long arms in there. Blackbird's Customs, Blackbird Industry copies in there. Waiting on the brakes. Got to get the shocks out, send them off. But before I do all that, I need to take the measurement of my brake lines and add we talking? I reckon they need to be about 50mm longer. Because by the time you pivot that, yes, this is at full droop, but this outside edge will pivot down a bit more. So that needs to be, I would say, between 50 and 100mm longer. I'll see what's available commercially, otherwise I'll get some made. Doesn't matter either way. They're not hard to do. Alright, lovely. So there you have it. Bud's Custom long arms. Well, thanks guys. Nice and short one today, just to keep the ball rolling on the Defender. I've got a lot more to do. I've got to paint it all, then start on the rear. Some other bits and pieces are slowly rocking up for the engine and the drivetrain. I've also got to start putting the floor back together around the gearbox and making sure that everything's going to work. Thank you for coming along. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you enjoy the content. And remember, life's too short to drive boring cars.